Hello, everyone. Are you ready to do your speak out exercises? My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you get your speak out home practice out of the way. Yes, you want to be doing your exercises every single day. Well, today's session is being sponsored by Kiowa Kirin. So thank you to Kiowa Kirin. They've actually been sponsoring a week's worth of sessions every month for several months now. So we're very grateful. Now let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer with intent. There's a special day tomorrow, September 16th. What would September 16th be? What if I say Viva Mexico? What would you say? What is September 16th? Mexican Independence Day. Mexican Independence Day. Say that with me. Mexican Independence Day. Now you say it with more intent. All right, so after we get our first exercises out of the way, we're going to do our reading, and we're also going to read in Spanish. That will force us to use a lot of intent. So you will have to excuse my Spanish. I did grow up in San Antonio. I do not roll my R's. In fact, it's really hard for me to do that. I'm pretty sure it's from the cleft palate, which is why I can't do it. But we're going to have fun reading in English and Spanish. So let's all take a sip of water and then we will get started. The first speak out exercise is the warm up. Make sure to lift your voice and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Connect all the sounds. Really exaggerate everything that you're doing. Use a lot of intent. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Do not let it trail off at the end. If you need to take a quick breath to make it to the end in a nice strong voice, then do that. Think about speaking out only. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. One more time. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Good job. We are done with the warm-up. Let's take a sip of water, and then we'll move on to the Oz. For the Oz, open your mouth wide. And listen, I got a couple suggestions from Carl Robb. He said if you don't have a mirror to put in front of your computer or your iPad, how about using your phone? You could use the camera on your phone and just flip it so that you're looking at yourself. What a good suggestion, okay? Sometimes when you open your mouth wide, you actually don't open it as wide as you think. So it's good to look at it. Let's do an ah. Ah. Good. Let's do another one. Ah. don't trail off. Don't trail off. Keep it strong to the end. Again. To keep it consistent, I find that towards the end, the last third, the last fourth of it, I'm really projecting out, okay? Keep it strong the whole time. Here we go. Good. One more. Good. So I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer with intent. What day are we celebrating? There's the answer right there. That's happening tomorrow. Good. Let's do exercise number, take a sip of water. If you're celebrating Mexican Independence Day, I would love to know what you're doing for the celebration. Go ahead and chat. Let us know what you're doing. All right, speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project the ah forward and then slowly glide up. Get all those little notes in there. Here we go. We want to do this in a very nice and even, controlled way. Sometimes when I first work with somebody, they do the glide and they go, ah! No. Well, sure, but no. It's not only can you do it, but can you do it in a nice where it's not running away from you. Steady ah, then glide. Here we go. Stop. Good. Don't let it trail off at the end. Make sure the sound is in front of you at the end. Let's do it again. Stop. Good. Let's take a sip of water. We'll do one more glide, but let's get some water first with intent. I hope that you are not only learning how to speak and to swallow with intent, but you're living with intent. You're doing everything with intent, walking with intent, riding with intent, putting your seatbelt on with intent, dialing numbers with intent, texting with intent. Start paying attention to it. All right, one more glide. Here we go. Good job. All right, we are done with the warm-ups, the ahs, and the glides. Now we're moving on to the counting. All right. Every 3 numbers, we're lifting our voice and throwing them in front of us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12. Now backwards. 12, 11, 10. 9, 8, 7. 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 1. Let's take a sip of water. Lots of water. We're exercising our voice. We're not hurting it. We're taking good care of it. One thing I have a lot of people complain about, which is not fun to talk about, but a lot of kind of phlegm in their throat. You should know that water helps to thin out those secretions. So one thing, if you do have that problem, is to really look at how much water you are drinking every day. And I know that's a challenge because people are having to run to the bathroom. So it's really hard. But look at how much water you're drinking. And if you're not drinking enough, then if you can add on 1 cup, or 2 cups, things like broth, Jell-O, that would count as water. If you don't like water, you could maybe put a little bit of Crystal Light or something in the water. Another little trick is to fill up your cup with maybe a 4th cup juice and then put the rest water. If it's easier for you to drink from a straw, sometimes that's an easier way to get more water. In bringing that up, some people say, oh, you shouldn't use a straw with Parkinson's. Well, it's different for everybody. The reason that sometimes therapists will say not to use a straw is, can you control the amount and how quickly you're sipping the water? So if it's too fast, then it's liable to give you some trouble, run down too fast. But if you can control it, some people really do find it's easier because it's directed, so it doesn't go all over the mouth. It's easier to take a sip from a straw, but it's different for everybody, so you have to see which way is easier. But those are some other ideas. Jell-O, broth, juice and water, things like that. Maybe that will help you. All right, one more counting. Let's count from 1 to 6, and then we'll stop, and then we'll go from 7 to 12. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you see how we modified the exercise. All the exercises should be a little bit challenging, but not frustrating. So if counting to 3 is too simple, then you can add it and maybe count to 4 or go all the way to 6. So you can change up the speak out exercises for what is best for you. Take a sip of water. All right, so we're going to do the reading. How many of you speak another language? Anybody? How about, did you take a second language in high school? If you did, and you've been through the Speak Out program, you know that you have free access to our e-library. And our e-library has the Speak Out Loud Crowd books available in 7 languages. So doing your exercises in another language would be a great way to be working on intent. All right, we're going to start with some sentences about Mexican Independence Day. Stretch out the highlighted words. Here we go. Mexican Independence Day is celebrated on September 16th. Now, let's do it again. When you do the reading, we're working on building endurance, so I really need you to project your voice out. Let's do it again. Mexican Independence Day is celebrated on September 16th. Again, Mexican Independence Day is celebrated on September 16th. Next, Father Hidalgo gave a speech in the town of Dolores on September 16th, 1810. It takes a lot of control. I can't think of a better word than control, but in order to stretch out September 16th, so we're doing that purposefully so that you have to be deliberate and you have to use intent. Let's read the sentence again. Father Hidalgo gave a speech in the town of Dolores on September 16th, 1810. Next, he rang the church bell and called parishioners to revolt against the Spanish. Again, he rang the church bell and called parishioners to revolt against the Spanish. Next, independence from Spain was not won until 1821. Again, independence from Spain was not won until 1821. Notice I'm saying every single word with intent. You must practice that way in reading, and then when you talk in conversation, you're doing the same thing, every word with intent. Let's read the next sentence. The day is now celebrated with parades, fiestas, and fireworks. Again, the day is now celebrated with parades, fiestas, and fireworks. Take a sip of water, and then we're going to read some words in English and Spanish. All right. Project your voice across the tennis net. Oh, actually, let's imagine we're on top of a mountain and we're projecting our voice out. Here we go. Hola. Hello. Again. Hola. Hello. Next. Buenos dias. Good morning. Are you speaking out every syllable? Do it again. Buenos dias. Good morning. Next. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Every word with intent. Do it again. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Next one. And the double L is like a Y. Ready? ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Did name go forward? Do the whole thing. ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Again. ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Next one. Buenas noches. Good night. Again. Buenas noches. Good night. Next one. Te amo. I love you. Again. Te amo. I love you. And the last one. Adios. Goodbye. More intent. Ready? Adios. Goodbye. One more time. Adios. Goodbye. Take a sip of water, then I'm going to show you some pictures and I want you to use your best voice and describe them. All right, here is a painting. Describe the painting. Do you know who this is? If not, that's okay. Just describe what you see. Describing pictures is a great way to work on speaking with intent in conversation. Take an old photo album. Describe the picture, where you were, who was in the picture, things like that. You know what? Let me just... Okay, let's read these together. Father Hidalgo, painting, clock, clawed-foot chair. All right, next picture. Describe this picture. Have any of you been here before? Here we go. Let's read this with intent. Church. Statue of Father Hidalgo. Tourists. Blue sky. So you can take any picture from a magazine and just describe what you see, but use your very best voice. The next one, describe what you see in the picture, every word with intent. Let's read this with intent. Parade, musicians, dancers, ballet folklorico. Don't let it trail off like I did when I said that last word. Let's read it again. Speak out. Parade, musicians, dancers, ballet folklorico. Did you hear the difference? Yeah, we don't want to trail off. Describe what you see in this picture. Let's speak out and read this. Ready? Independence Day celebration. Fireworks. Large crowd. Mexican flag. Remember what I said about not trailing off. Let's read it again. Independence Day celebration. Fireworks. Large crowd. Mexican flag. Let's take a sip of water. With Parkinson's, speech will never be automatic again. You will have to make it intentional and deliberate in order for it to come out its best. So really think about it. Let's do Dr. Boone's words, and then we're going to do our bonus reading in English and Spanish. Here we go. Gulaganga. Gulaganga. If it tends to rust, stretch it out. Let's stretch out the next one. Kukamanguka. Was that easier? Do it again. Kukamanguka. So whenever the speech rushes, you stretch out the word. Next one. Gangla. Gangla. And the next one. Kukla. Kukla. All right, very good. Now we're going to do the bonus reading. Take a sip of water. And we're going to read Viva Mexico, the lyrics, and we're going to read a verse in English and then in Spanish. And those of you who have Spanish for your first language, don't be too hard on me, okay? I took Spanish in high school, but I used to have the waiters at my grandparents' Mexican restaurant do my homework. Okay? It's not, my Spanish isn't great. All right. I should say help me with my homework. Yeah, they helped me. Okay, we're going to read this in English. It's going to be a challenge. We're going to speak out, okay? We're going to stretch out the first words, throw them over the tennis net. Here we go. I'm all Mexican, born on this land. In this beautiful land that is my beautiful country. Are you with me? Let's do it again. I'm all Mexican, born on this land. In this beautiful land that is my beautiful country. My beloved Mexico, how beautiful is my flag. Should anyone tarnish it, I'll tear his heart apart. Long live Mexico and all of America, a soil blessed by God. Let's read that last part again. Long live Mexico and all of America, a soil blessed by God. Now, we're going to try to read. We're going to read slowly, okay? Here we go. Soy pura mexicana, nacida en este suelo, en esta hermosa tierra, que es mi linda nación. Let's do it again. We'll go slower. Ready? Soy pura mexicana, nacida en este suelo, en esta hermosa tierra, que es mi linda nación. Are you having to use a lot of intent? That's okay. That's good. Ready? Speak out. Mi México querido, que linda es mi bandera. Si alguno la mencia, le parto el corazón. Viva México, viva. Viva América, viva. Oh tierra bendita de Dios. Hey, we did a pretty good job. Let's start with Viva Mexico, viva. Ready? Now speak out. That's the hard part. You've got to get the words and speak out. Ready? Viva Mexico, viva. Viva América, viva. Oh tierra bendita de Dios. All right. So if you have been through the Speak Out program, you not only in the United States you would receive a Speak Out workbook, but everyone in the world, okay, U.S. and abroad, if you've been through the Speak Out program, you get free access to our e-library that has the Speak Out workbook in English and Spanish and 5 other languages, okay? So ask your Speak Out provider, your speech pathologist, for a link to the e-library. Okay, they might not know about it. This is a new resource. Okay, listen, thank you for joining me today. Michelle will be with you tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.